Good evening, City Air. My name is Anne Claire Merkel Scotland, and I am a proud Diplomas Now Corps member serving on the Ernst & Young team at Dr. Anna H. Shaw Middle School. Go Shawty! That was really good, guys. All right, so 42 weeks and 3 days ago, we were welcomed to Basic Training Academy. After walking in past some people jumping around, going bananas, I started to question what City Year was all about. When our morning started, you might remember a loud timer that kept beeping throughout our sessions. Eventually, the staff explained that a student drops out of high school every 26 seconds. That meant every time we heard the beep, another student was no longer in school. Despite this depressing reality, everyone wearing the City Year uniform believed in our power to change this statistic. Their energy and passion amazed me. The culture that surrounds and defines our organization made me believe in the impact that all 255 of us would have this year. Most of all, the belief that City Year held in all of us made me believe in my own ability to succeed. 42 weeks and 3 days ago, every day was a dress down day. And I couldn't wait to wear the City Year uniform. Towards the end of August, I was nervous about starting our service in schools. When I walked into Section 802 for the first time, my interactions with my class were far from ideal. My students, the inclusion 8th grade class, felt they were not the smartest class, and their behavior and work reflected that. I walked in feeling excited for what our year together would bring, and walked out disappointed in how much they seemed to hate me after only 2 hours. I worked on convincing myself that I was not nearly as corny, ratchet, or drawling as my class seemed to think. When I walked back to the Shaw City Year office, my team's energy and support reminded me of the importance of our presence in the classroom. Believing in the impact of our work helped me to go back day after day with joy and understanding for every student. It was hard work. I surprised myself with how hard I was willing to work for something that I believed in. My work ethic changed this year, and even when my class continued to give me a run for my stipend, I came every day with a smile, ready to work. I soon began to see that just as my class was learning and changing, was learning and changing from working with my students, they were learning from me. Smaj, my student, who walked into math class every day screaming and banging on things, needed constant conversations about controlling his behavior. He soon started to walk in and take a seat without being nearly as disruptive. Niger, my focused student who cursed me out and ran away every time I came to get him for a pullout, started coming and getting his work done. And Rakim, who used to walk into class every day and put his head down on the desk, hasn't slept in class in months. Together, we created a monthly list of personal expectations that I held him accountable to in the classroom. We were both ecstatic to see that his F in reading raised to a B this past quarter. They now know that I am always there and always ready to help, whether they like it or not. The very group of students who originally made me question my presence in the classroom have defined so much of this year for me. When I walk into class now, I think of how far we have come this year, and I hope that when they head to high school next year, there will be another City Year Corps member there to remind them of their potential. People always ask me if I feel like I made the right choice by not going straight to college this year. I started this year as a high school student and thought of myself as a kid. Today, because of City Year, I feel comfortable as a responsible adult in a classroom of 26 students. In high school, punctuality was not really my thing. Now, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day to get to school by 7:30. I understand what it means to be a role model and a leader. I have a new perspective on education and a new understanding of how fortunate I am to have mine. 42 weeks and 3 days ago, I thought college was not for me. Today, I know what I want. When I go to Wheelock College this fall, to study special education, I will never forget my students from Section 802. I hope that because of the time we've spent together, they know that each of them has the ability to succeed. I also know my work with City Year isn't finished. The people who work for and believe in the power of City Year have shown me what it means to be truly dedicated to a cause that is greater than myself. As we end this year of service and leave the incredible teams that we have all gotten to know so well, I ask all of you to remember this diverse community that we've all been so fortunate to be a part of. I know there were many mornings when the readiness check seemed really corny. But being a part of a group of people with open hearts, open minds, and can-do attitudes truly is a beautiful thing. Never forget the relationships that you made with students who drove you crazy. And never forget the friendships you built with teammates who you didn't always get along with. We might not be surrounded with the same people this time next year, but we can always remember the importance that attitude and energy brings to any situation and any group of people. Today, I want to thank you all. Thank you for being the amazing people that you are, and thank you for dedicating your year to serving here in Philadelphia. I know there are 254 other stories about how powerful your year was and how amazing each of your students are. Thank you for serving for less than minimum wage for 1,700 hours. The world of our students. And thank you for having a lasting impact on the lives of young people and for fighting for the right that every child has to an education. Thank you.